How's it going, everybody? And we are back with another beatbox reaction video. And today we have the final quarterfinal battle for the GBB21 World League in the solo loop station division. That's going to be BizKit versus Robin. So this is another battle, kind of like how Worthmine and Brez went, where a lot of people are talking about this battle before it was released. A lot of people are claiming that this battle is their favorite battle, particularly because of one artist and what they do in their rounds there, and I'm talking about BizKit. I'm a fan of BizKit. I've watched him for many years. I've loved what he did in the online championships in 2020. His battle against Dice was absolutely legendary. Some of the rounds that he did there is still some of my favorite loop station rounds of all time, even 2 years later. So I'm not really sure what to expect when it comes to BizKit. He evolves himself in the loop station scene at such a rapid pace that it's hard to keep track and predict what he's going to come up with. Look at his wild card, for example, for this competition, and I thought that his elimination for this competition was my favorite. Honestly, I ranked it at number 1 when I did my rankings for the eliminations coming into these battles. So Robin, on the other hand, I've become a big fan of him through the kickback battle last year. Some of the rounds that he came up with were so incredibly creative, really kind of pioneered that online video kind of format that we've been seeing more of recently for the beatbox scene in general, and it's kind of picking up with the BBU as well. So some of the rounds that he did there for the kickback battle was absolutely spectacular. His wildcard for this competition was absolutely amazing, and his elimination for this competition was actually one of his rounds that he used for the kickback battle, arguably his best round that he used for the kickback battle, and that got him a top 8 spot for the battle, so I'm not surprised there. So this could be a clash of styles, although I do know that BizKit is capable of dwelling into pretty much any genre when it comes to the loop station based on what I've seen, and Robin is just a musical mastermind when it comes to the loop station, so potentially going to be a clash of styles and potentially going to make up a very incredible battle, just like people have been saying. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video.
Straight in. They don't know what's rhythm until the shit hit on. Robin. Hit him with the old chop, chop. of the old sharp shot.
That was absolutely nasty,
Give it up,
guys.
give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, come on. With the response. Ooh la la. It's on Robin, I say the trois. You say the two and the Warsaw in trois.
Sounds like one of his kickback battle rounds again. Yeah.
Yo, BizKit, this is the GBB. There is no place for you and me. Come on, BizKit, this is the GBB. I've no time to waste. For you, baby, let's go.
Oh my god, it sounds exactly like it.
BizKit, we're on the GBB. There is a gap between you and me. Come on, BizKit, get out from GBB. Go back to the US and just leave me.
Time.
It's pretty nice to see these rounds that were created initially for online battles carrying over to the live stage so effortlessly. Like, when you compare that version of the track to the one that he did for the kickback battle, like, this sounds exactly the same. It's pretty awesome.
He wants to get right back into it, so it's back on BizKit. You already know what to do. Give him some love, give him some energy throughout his round. I see the three. Y'all say the two and the one. Crowd in 3.
Oh, I think I heard this one too. This is wildcard? I don't think so. This is all good.
Robin, I know you're the lion, but do you know who I am? This intensity, complexity gon' make you so B-I-C-K-I-T. I'm the king of the groove. This intensity, complexity gon' make you so B-I-C-K-I-T. I'm the king of the groove. This intensity, complexity gon' make you so B-I-C-K-I-T. I'm the king of the groove. This intensity, complexity gon' make you move. B-I-C-K-I-T. I'm the king. Now listen to the groove.
Time! Yo, we got a battle going on. Give it up, come on! With the response, going back to Robin, I say the twa, you say the doing the grand beatbox battle, twa!
It's another kickback battle round. Okay, guys, so that was BizKit versus Robin. And yeah, so my first impression is that I think this battle played out a little bit towards what I maybe expected of it. I was a little bit unknown on the BizKit side because I didn't know what kind of rounds he was going to come in with, but I think like in the back of my mind, I kind of had an idea. He always had that really hard-hitting kind of style. So that's pretty much what we got from both his rounds there. And Robin, I knew exactly what to expect from him because like every single round that this guy puts out is a musical masterpiece, and it was no different for his 2 rounds. So BizKit coming in with his first round, absolutely crazy. Some kind of new style, like technical flow on the loop station. It's really interesting to actually listen to BizKit because he uses an MK1 and only a single device, so he kind of has that like original raw style that loop station kind of first developed into. He doesn't really have all those second devices. He doesn't have the MK2 with a bunch of added features and effects to help aid him in his music creation. So he has that, when you hear his rounds compared to other people, you get that more raw-esque kind of loop station original kind of style. Kind of like what Brez does as well, because he uses an MK1, or he used an MK1 rather, for this competition as well. And yeah, so it's really interesting to hear BizKit because of those reasons, and like the rounds that he's capable of producing is actually, I think, a little bit more impressive than you'd see with other people who use multiple devices, because he only has a single MK1 device, which is really awesome. And his first round, absolutely crazy and absolute headbanger. So many crazy things. I don't know what to digest about that round because I don't know the effects and stuff he was using to create that, but the creation of it itself was really entertaining to listen to, and eventually the drops that he used along with that round in particular was very hard hitting and very satisfying when they actually came into fruition. So I really enjoyed that first round. Absolutely crazy. Probably one of the better rounds I've heard from BizKit of all time. Probably it's definitely up there for sure, and absolutely like hearing it on the live stage is pretty crazy as well, and the crowd's reaction to his creation there for that track was awesome to listen to as well. So Robin came in with his first round that he used against KBA in the kickback battle. Obviously he switched the lyrics over a little bit to match his opponent here. Obviously it's not KBA, it's BizKit that he's battling. So I think the biggest standout is that the fact that he's able to produce those rounds and create them for an online battle where he has infinite amount of takes to perfect it, and he just comes on the big stage and just nails it in the first shot. Like, you compare that version of that round that he did there on the live stage against BizKit, and you go back and listen to the one that he did against KBA, and it sounded pretty much identical, minus the end portion where he had that counter towards KBA and being like a Danish beatboxer. I believe that's what he did, I think. But yeah, he wasn't, obviously he didn't include it in this version, but still, pretty much a one-to-one comparison to those 2 rounds there, and absolutely crazy. And yeah, it actually played out like pretty well on the big stage as well, because not only was it a musical masterpiece, but he also had that element and a flair of like battle-esque kind of style on top of it, and his stage performance really helped them carry it, that aspect of it as well. So very solid first 2 rounds there. And then BizKit comes in with the second round, which was his wild card to get into this competition. I heard that one before, obviously. I actually preferred the way he performed it here on the live stage compared to the one that he did for his wild card. I don't know, I think it's maybe because of the energy that he had on top of that when he was actually performing it to the audience here. And also when you compare the online version to the one that he did here on stage, it was actually very similar as well. I think like the one on stage actually hit a little bit harder because of the venue, I think, potentially. I don't know how that sounded live because I knew there was a lot of issues with the on-stage audio stuff for the Grand Beatbox Battle. I don't know if his rounds were affected, but looking here through the video and the mastered audio, I think it sounded very, very good. And it's another one of my favorite rounds from BizKit there, and I'm glad he performed that here. So Robin, his second round, another one of his kickback battles. Probably my second favorite round coming from Robin in the kickback battles. I think he used that one as a second round against Frosty, and he ended up winning that battle. But I remember watching that round for the very first time. I thought it was absolutely mind-blowing. I love that kind of style in small doses, and I think the way that Robin performed it here, again, was like effortlessly translated to the big stage. Like, the fact that he's able to just come here on the stage and nail the rounds that he was doing on the online battles in like a first take. Like, I know BizKit did it as well, pretty much, but I don't know, something about Robin, the way that he did it, and like the way that I heard it in the online kickback battle and hearing it on the stage, it's just, I don't know, it's something, it just impresses me a lot that he's able to carry it over so effortlessly on the big stage. So yeah, that's the 2 rounds they had. Ultimately, I agree with BizKit winning, simply because I think that, again, even though Robin is very, very impressive and like what he did was absolutely masterful, like masterful musicality and the way that he was able to transfer over his track so effortlessly onto the big stage, I think that because we heard those rounds from Robin fairly recently and they're so iconic as they were, hearing them on the big stage, even though it was super impressive, definitely left a little bit more to be desired, I think, because we've heard those rounds before, right? And we've heard them so many times after, like, time after time after time again, because they're still on YouTube. You can watch them repeatedly as many times as you want, and the notoriety that they did receive and like the kind of like the feedback that he got for using those rounds in that competition was like historic, pretty much. So it's because of that reason a lot of people have heard those rounds before, and maybe that swayed the opinion of the judges a little bit, even though it was performed masterfully on the stage. I think that maybe that's one of the big reasons why he didn't win this battle. But on the other hand, BizKit did have a very fresh first round that hit really, really hard, and like he had a masterful stage performance, and I thought it was a perfect battle round and a contrast of styles even to what Robin does. So yeah, I'm not surprised that BizKit won this battle just based on those reasons, and I'm glad that he moved on because I want to see more of what he's capable of doing on the loop station. So I think he goes on to battle Chris in the next battle, which is another musicality-based loop station artist. So that's pretty interesting that BizKit battles the 2 most musically heavy artists in the top 8 here. So anyway, guys, that's it for the reaction. I really enjoyed this battle. I think it falls a little bit short to Rhythmine versus Brez, but that's just because it was a crazy battle that was very hard to match, I think, in terms of intensity and stuff along those lines when it comes to battles. So still really enjoyed it. My second favorite battle so far coming out of this competition for solo loop station stuff. So until the next loop station battle, guys, I believe it's the semifinals next already. So I will see you next time.